always been lingering inside me ever since I can remember, this burning question: how can I live in this duality of life and death? How can death, and probably death extending into all forms of dying and um, decaying, not necessarily a physical person going away, but yeah.
Sure. I know it's not the duality of life and death. It's the
Okay.
duality of birth and death.
Mm.
Life is birth and death. Life is not opposite to death. The manifest world, all forms, whether it's the form of thought, the form of emotion, the form of the body, the form of Anna, or the form of Amoda, or the form of anything, the form of a mountain, all forms come and go, subject to birth and death. Every breath is a birth and a death. So if you look into the nature of life, the phenomenon of life, whether it's the breath, whether it's the blink of the eyes, whether it's a cell, whether it's a star, whether it's a mountain, or whether it's a glass of water. I mean, look, really look. This is a powerful question you ask, and it is relevant even to today's exploration. All forms, all appearances are subject to coming and going. There is not one thing in the universe, in existence, that is not subject to that. There is nothing permanent. There is nothing static. The expression of this life as it is born is inevitably going to die, which invites us to look beyond or beneath into what is not subject to that. And the only thing that is not subject to that, and it has to be your discovery, not my words, is the ground of being, the space within which it appears, which is not an empty space devoid of anything, although it, in its essence, it is, in its, on one level it is, but it's not. It's the alive presence. It has a vibrant aliveness to it that isn't dependent on the form, but gives birth to form, and into which all forms disappear. Why is it like this? Because it is. Because this is the nature of existence. This is the nature of manifestation. So, how can we know that which doesn't change? How can we know that that's given birth to us, that is us, whilst allowing the play of form, the leela of life, the birth and death to take place? Now, that doesn't mean we don't feel personal loss. If a loved one dies or something breaks or we lose something, of course, it breaks our hearts open. But it's the same question as the one that we're addressing today. Are we identified with that form? In which case, we're going to suffer and we're going to be angry with life and we're going to, yeah, and so on. Or we're going to be confused. But the whole point of life is to recognize, to awaken out of the dream of form, whilst living fully in form until we don't. Because the moment that we die is the opportunity for that to be known and recognized. And most people miss it because they're identified with form. But the light of being is the only true thing. You are God. All of us are God. And that godness, that goodness, that lightness reveals itself when we let go, when we stop being identified with that form.